we're here.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 32 of the This and That Gaming podcast.
No, it's not.
27.
That's a new world record.
It is.
3 seconds into the episode. My name's Dave, and with me, as always, are my good friends, Mr. Darren Dasborg. How are you going?
Doing good. Freshened up, had a shower. I'm nice and clean and ready to rock and roll and awake. I don't know why that was relevant, but...
You look very well scrubbed there. Is that a octopus on your T-shirt?
Oh, it's a clown.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It's a carnival.
Oh, very nice.
Come to my carnival. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't know where again that was going to go, but... Go to the next person.
Yeah, that's right. And of course we have... What can I say about him today? Oh, well, he's looking a bit speedy.
Yeah.
He's looking a bit motor racy. It's the lovely Mark Cassar. How are you going?
I'm doing well. I'm about as good as I'm like.
Are you coming live from South America? Are you at the moment?
I am. Yeah, I'm in
so
Brazil
far?
at the moment. I figured, you know what? We've been stuck inside for almost 2 months now. Let's go check out a race. So, there's something wrong with the cars though. I don't know what's going on, but oh well, it is what it
They
is.
froze.
Yeah.
I like the man up in the grandstand in the background.
Yeah, this dude up here, he's really digging it.
He is.
He's
yeah.
very-
And there's nothing happening though.
I know, exactly.
Or he's angry.
very
Maybe
animated.
Maybe he's angry.
He is, yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
excellent.
Dave, how are you?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm
mates?
good. Yeah, it's been a busy week, and all is awesome to catch up on a Friday night and do this live. So let's get started. What have we been playing?
Oh, okay. You want to go first? What have I been playing? I've actually been playing, and what have you been playing? That's right. I've been playing Hot Shots Racing.
You know what you haven't been playing?
What's that?
The intro music.
That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Fuck,
It wasn't my
he's
fault this
tonight.
time.
Time to play the game.
Gotta do this part. Gee, that looked like I was doing something else.
Oh, dear.
Okay, all right.
So what have you been playing, Daz?
Joined the boys online with Hot Shots Racing on the Switch. That was Mark, Tagstar, and Corley, and myself. Dave, you need to get this game, man. You really
I know
do.
you've already told me this.
Yeah, you gotta get it, mate. And I'm gonna tell you again.
So it didn't look spectacular, but I assume it plays
fun.
very well.
It's a lot of fun. If you're a fan of Outrun, especially Ridge Racer as well, there's a bit of Ridge Racer in there.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's just a lot of fun. What else have I been playing? I played a lot of that actually. Jeez, a rally bike again. I'm just going back to it all the time. I know I punish myself. Yesterday, I had probably close to an hour on Mark of the Wolves. Funny enough.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was just in bed. I plugged in the Raspberry Pi in the bedroom, and I was just there in bed playing. I was like, forgot how good it is because it's a great game. Like, it's so hard to beat the last boss. Always cheap, but what else have I been playing? I was playing a bit of PS2 today too. I was playing Virtual Racing. That's one of the games we'll be looking at in the next Arcade Perfect. So I've been playing that.
Nice.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, that's right. Today I played. What was that game called, Mark? Again, that mini.
Oh,
racing
Moto Mini Racing
X
X or something
yeah.
like that.
I go to Mark. I think it was yesterday. I go,
Yeah.
dude, this game looks grouse. It's just come out on the Switch, and okay, it's on sale, but it was still like $20. I go, I'll see. I thought I'll check to see how much it is on Steam. Go on Steam, my Steam. I already own it. I didn't even know. I have no idea where I bought it because it came out on Steam in June. So I bought it. It must have been around then. It must have been in the bundle.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah. At the start it was like a bit, then it was like it got better and better. It's a lot of fun actually. It's like Micro Machines mixed with. There's a game that Mark and I used to play called Mashed on the Xbox. It reminds me of that too, but not as fast. But it's a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy it. Really
So were you
enjoyed it.
playing online or just single
No,
player?
just single player. The championship. There's 52. There's 52 courses, so there's heaps.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
And it's good because you win money, and then you can upgrade your car and that kind of thing. I love that. I love games like that. So really,
There's no
enjoy it.
battles though. You don't shoot rockets
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the
There's
other
two
cars.
modes.
Oh, you do?
There's two modes. There's one mode that's just racing.
Yep.
And then there's a second mode is like you got your nitro, very very rock and roll racing actually.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love rock and roll racing.
Very very rock and roll racing. Yeah,
Ah, cool, man.
that's it for me.
Anything else? Any pickups? Anything like that?
I actually bought a game today. Death's Gambit.
Yep, I've heard of
That
that.
sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah, it's an indie game. It's actually on a humble bundle or Fanatical. I can't remember which one it is. You pay like $6 and it's with other games. And on Steam, it's real. I think it's about $20 on Steam. But I thought, oh god, is it on the Switch? It was supposed to come out on the Switch physically, but
Yep.
I only found a a PS4 version for $15 online. I go, oh, fuck it, I'll just buy the physical version on PS4. So I bought that. I actually bought that today. So we'll see when it arrives.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think that might be on Game Pass. Have you checked?
No, I don't have Game Pass at the moment,
Ah,
but I
okay.
will get
Yeah.
Game Pass very
Ooh.
soon, and I'll explain why.
No worries. Yeah, I think it might be on there as well.
Okay. It looks really good. It reminds me of, it's very Castlevania, Metroidvania type game. Blasphemous. It looks like Blasphemous, funny enough. That's it.
Cool. And what girly drink are you drinking there?
A vodka cruiser. Juicy watermelon.
Juicy watermelon.
I like drinking out of a juicy watermelon. Yeah, Ryan and
Lovely. And Mark, what have you been up to? Obviously, Hot Shots Racing as well. Can you tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about it? Because Daz just said it was good, and that was
Pete. That's
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we played that for a good 2 hours
Easy,
on
yeah.
last Saturday night. You can see us playing on the RD Facebook page.
Yep.
And then Daz and I ended up playing probably for another good couple of hours the next day as well.
Yeah, on Steam. Yeah, just bought
on
it
Steam.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so good that we both bought it twice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like that said, it's more akin to your late 90s, early 2000s races. So things like Daytona, Ridge Racer, Virtua Racing. So it's meant to look. Don't judge the game by its visuals because it is meant to be like a low polygon racer. So
Yep.
it's meant to emulate that style at the time. But it's fun. Like, it's really fun. And most of the races, I don't know if it's kind of something that's maybe baked into the game or but most of the races tend to be like very, very close. Like you are on
Yeah.
each other's asses like the entire
Yeah.
time. I think it's because of maybe the slipstream mechanic that they've got built into it. So once you start getting closer, you'll build up speed. Whereas if you're in the lead, you can't slipstream. So you're going to be a little bit slower
Lower. Yeah.
Yep.
than the people behind you. But that's what makes it fun as well. Like it's pretty hard to kind of get blown out and be like a lap behind or anything like that.
I forgot to mention the modes. Yeah, Mark. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, and the good thing is, well, yes, there's a few different modes in there. You've got your straight up racing, which is fun in itself. The other one is cops and robbers. So for anyone that's older that may remember Chase HQ in the arcades, this is basically multiplayer Chase HQ. So you normally will have one person as the cop who needs to just ram into and take out the other people. And then as they take out somebody else, they get deputized and they become a cop as well. And then
cool.
so on and so on until you, until either the robber manages to keep alive long enough to win the race or, and the other one, and this is probably my favorite mode, is I forgot what it's called exactly. Driver bomb or something like that. Yeah. So basically, this is think of the movie Speed, where you've got to keep above a certain speed limit.
Yeah.
And then if you fall below the limit, you start to lose health. But you also got to deal with the other knuckleheads that you're racing against. So, and Daz in particular is a super aggressive son of a bitch, I tell you. So yeah,
so
so like
fun.
you're trying to keep above the speed limit, and as you as the race goes on and as you go through more checkpoints, the speed limit starts to increase,
Increases.
gets higher and
yeah,
higher and
yeah.
higher. But the speed of your car kind of goes up to match, but you've got to keep above it. So by the end of it, if you're doing like we were doing like 7 laps towards the end, which is the most that you can do, that you're going like super fast.
And the music goes faster as
the
well.
music picks up with
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
you start off and it's just like really chilled, slow beat music, and then you get to about the second or third checkpoint, and it's like a fucking heart attack, you know.
It gets you nervous.
So
It gets you very
it
nervous.
does, yeah. It gets you very nervous. So it builds up, and then and again, it's the last one standing essentially. So that's all the modes. There's quite a few tracks. I think there's 16 tracks. There's different characters, and each character has their own cars, but like each of those cars kind of shares the same stats between characters. Like there's one car that's like a balanced version, one for drifting, one for speed, one for acceleration. And then so there's 16 tracks, but they can be mirrored as well. So essentially, you can kind of say you've got 32. The devs said that they're going to be adding some more free DLC to start with. So there'll be, I think they're adding another mode from memory, and something else, or maybe some more tracks or something like that. I can't remember. So that they're saying that that's coming up soon. But there are some issues with the game. There are some frame issues on certain tracks, and it's funny because I found that the Switch version, for whatever reason, seemed to run smoother than the Steam version.
That's interesting.
And what apparently it seems to be happening is because it's so low polygon, it's causing graphics cards to drop frames because they're like a low power cycling because they don't have enough to do.
Oh wow, really?
So the devs are looking into that. They said that they'll be working on it and trying to get everything patched and fixed up. So
it's pretty solid besides that.
But otherwise it's a hell of a lot of fun. We had a ball. Honestly, I can't wait to play again. It was one of those games once you get done, you're like super wired. It's like shit, man. I want to get in there and play this again. So that was a ton of fun. Besides that, I picked up Tony Hawk, Pro Skater.
Yeah, that's right. I grabbed that.
1 and 2, the remakes. Solid remake, really good. Unfortunately for me, the camera moves too fast, so it kills me with motion sickness. So I can only sit there and play for like really short periods. But it's fun. It's really fun. I think Daz.
I liked it.
Iffy on it. No?
Online disappointed me. I bought it for online, and I didn't like online.
And it's another game that Daz and I played like back in the day.
Part 4 we destroyed,
we used to play that. Well, we played that when I was living overseas, yeah?
No. You're in stores.
No?
Yeah, no, you were young.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we used to play King of the Hill and all that.
Yeah. But yeah, look, it's good. They did a great job. Hopefully they'll redo 3 and 4 as well. And that's been about it, really. Like Hot Shots has taken up the most of my time. And yeah, like I said, just a little bit of Tony Hawk here and there. And yeah, that's really been about it.
Cool. It's a shame Tony Hawk didn't come out on the Switch. It would have been perfect for that.
Yeah, they would have had to
tone the visuals down, you reckon?
Tone it down a bit, yeah. But yeah, no, it's true. Maybe
you never know, it still might come out.
Yeah.
David, what about you?
What have I been playing? Not a lot. I played the new DLC for Minecraft Dungeons with my kids, and they've added sort of daily. They're kind of like daily missions where you get one of the dungeons will have random modifiers on it, So if you do that particular one, you get special rewards, like you're guaranteed a unique and things like that. So my youngest son's been loving that. So I played a bit of that with him. On the Amstrad, the best console, best system. They released a soccer game called CPC Soccer. It is kind of their take on sensible soccer. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, you can Google it, Daz. I think you'll be impressed.
Okay.
It's got fairly smooth scrolling. It actually has menus, so the game doesn't just start. Yeah, you can choose between friendly and a cup. You can choose which team or country you're going to play.
I think Mark's taking notes now.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
You can choose your formation for your team.
Yeah.
The strength of your kicks and everything. It's pretty impressive, I have to say. Made by Voxel Soft or something like that.
Okay.
They're going to have a physical release as well, but the digital version's free to download. So if you have an Amstrad, please go and try out CPC Soccer. I always get excited by these updates.
No, well, of course.
Yeah, and it's pretty smooth, I have to say. I was quite impressed. Aside from that, there was another game on Amstrad I tried too called Out of This World. It's kind of like Fantasy Zone, but not as good. So it's a shooter. It's very cute and colourful, but it doesn't have a shop where you buy items and upgrade and stuff like that. It has bonus levels. You do get different weapons and stuff. It's pretty good as well. Scrolling wasn't the best, but that's the Amstrad for you. Aside from Amstrad and Minecraft Dungeons, I played a bit more of Black Mesa, which has been a lot of fun. And I started playing New Super Lucky Tale on Game Pass.
Oh, yeah,
Did you like that? Did you?
It's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to expect from games like that these days. You know what I mean? I mean, we've probably played something similar to it before, but as something casual, I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty nice to look at, controlled really well. So I've been playing that quite a bit. That's it for me. Not a lot this time around, but yeah.
Cool.
How about we do the news, Daz, and I'll wait for the intro song.
Well, because I had to restart my PC, I just realised I forgot to include the news thing here, so we're going to have to just do the sound.
Oh, it's cutting out.
The news.
All right. So let's start off. We're not going to start off with the biggest news. We'll hold that off for a little bit. First, we're going to start off with Nintendo's Mini Direct, which they just had a couple of days ago. And Marku, some exciting news came out of that.
Very much so. You guys can hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry.
So get them random Discord noises sometimes and they throw you off. So the first one, I was so happy with this, and there was rumors swirling around for a few weeks. So we're getting a new entry in the Monster Hunter series. After they actually just have wrapped up Monster Hunter World support for that and Iceborne. I think they're about to release the final monster for that very, very soon.
Okay.
But we're getting a new one called Monster Hunter Rise for the Switch. Switch exclusive as well.
Wow.
Coming out next year, March 26th. Look, it's visually it can't compete, obviously, with what the PS4 and Xbox One got, but it looks like a lot of fun. They've added a few new mechanics to it. Something called wire bugs, which kind of let you zip around like Spider-Man. And
nice.
The focus is to kind of like if you look at the trailer, like the characters is running like up hills and stuff like that.
Can you play the video?
Yeah, sure. Hopefully it doesn't blast your ears though. Turn it down.
So we can expect to not see you for about 300 hours, Mark, when it comes out?
Yeah, 300 hours and the rest. So, let me just turn it down.
Yeah, it's a bit loud,
So it's kind of got a more Eastern theme this time. So it seems to be the sorry, let's wait. So it's kind of it's more like a Japanese setting this time. Like even the main character, like the armor that he's wearing, looks very ninja-esque. And you've got these dogs that are like your companions, which are new. They're called Palamute. Palamute. So you can ride them around kind of like mounts and stuff. Plus you've got your normal palicos that will help you. So they can both come out with you on hunts and stuff. There's a bunch of new monsters that they're going to introduce as well. And yeah, I'm like super excited because the combat looks like a lot faster compared to World. Just waiting to see, like they were doing like a bunch of acrobatic shit at one stage.
Oh, that's cool.
Looks pretty though.
It is. It does. It looks great. It's a lot more colorful compared to World. And if you look at the older games in this series, like a lot of the armor and stuff is very, like it's very colorful, very out there. Whereas World, it was a little bit more, not realistic, but a bit more toned down.
Yeah.
Whereas this seems to go back to more the earlier games, which is great. Like look, he's like flipping around, and it looks awesome. And the weapons look amazing too.
Wow, look at that.
It's going to be like a game with no end, like World, or it's going to have like a story and.
It'll have a story. The story will have an end, and then you just keep on playing, and keep doing hunts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's coming out March 26th next year. And then straight on the back of that, they announced another game called Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. This is more of an RPG compared to the action game. It's very, very Breath of the Wild looking. It's kind of got that same kind of cell shading. It's actually very, very pretty. I'll play that. I'll cut off the sound though. But I actually kind of wished that the other game, Monster Hunter Rise, actually kind of looked more like this.
Okay.
It's a lot cleaner. But that's just me. I like those kind of visuals. But that's coming.
A soft touch,
softer look to it, and I think because of the limitations of the Switch, I think these visuals kind of go a lot better with it. But both games look great. And the Monster Hunter games, like you get a ton of support for those. Like they've been supporting Iceborne for a year, and they don't charge. Like the main updates that they give you, there is DLC, paid DLC, but it's cosmetics. So you're not penalized. You get everything else for free. So fingers crossed they'll do the same for these, and they always have. So that's coming summer next year, or summer in US. And they also said that there's going to be some amiibo to come along with both of them, and the games will kind of link up in a way as well somehow. I'm not quite sure how. They didn't really mention that, but they're going to be giving some more information at Tokyo Game Show I think it's next week or the week after. It's not too far away.
That's around this time of year. Geez, time has gone fast.
I know, exactly. That's what I thought. I was like, Tokyo Game Show. Oh wait, shit, that's this month. So so that's coming. This was the big one as well. They just dropped this one at the end. Ori and the Will of the Wisps has come out on the Switch today.
Wow.
They announced this gorgeous physical edition as well that has both games and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, it's very expensive. It's 150 US, but it does include both games, and the packaging and stuff like that. It looks mint.
There's a good shelf filler for you, Daz.
It is. It will be. It will be.
Yeah, it's very pretty though, and they've said that they've optimized the hell out of this, and that it will run at 60 frames on the Switch as well, which is good.
Nice. That's a good game for a handheld.
Yeah, exactly. And then look, the rest was kind of throwaway. Fitness Boxing 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
is that with the Ring Fit, or is that
No, I don't think so.
Doesn't look like
I didn't mention the Ring Fit. It's just one of those games.
The Ring Fit, whatever it is another balance board from the Wii. It's the same.
Yeah. It's actually quite good apparently, but anyways.
I think they released it at a good time with isolation. At
Yeah.
least people could do something while they're at home. So
Yeah. Disgaea 6 long-running RPG series is coming to the Switch. They also said that Disgaea 5 Complete will be able to be played in like a special game trial for free next week. The Weird Al's Balan Wonderworld,
What
the
the hell?
new Yuji Naka
Okay.
platformer. This game looks bad.
Press
never heard
play,
of it.
press
What
play, I've
what
never
sort
heard
of
this.
game is this? So it's a platformer, but
It's
Dive into the fantastic land of Wonderworld.
Oh, it better be fantastic.
Welcome to Wonderworld.
You make
Leo
it
and
big
Emma
too,
were
eh?
led here by the mysterious maestro Balin. Wonderworld contains 12
Look how
dreamlike
jank
stages.
the
yeah, that
animation
kind of
looks.
looks pretty.
A wind stage, and more.
A wind stage.
Oh, wow.
As Leo and Emma, you'll don costumes to wield a variety of abilities.
This looks like a mix of Sonic and
Ride the wind to float
what
in
was
the air.
that? What was that game they released a
Pack
few years
powerful
ago on
punches
the
to destroy
Wii
giant
U and
blocks.
3DS?
There are over 80 costumes to find.
Rodeo or something? Rodeo?
Each costume
Oh, is that the one that you bought?
Yeah, yeah.
Statues to progress to new stages.
I played it for
So
an
it's
hour.
basically a 3D platformer where you change different costumes that give you
Enemies
different
are
abilities to
constantly
do
waiting
different
at the
things.
next stage.
It
The
just-
way they
it
move
looks-
looks really annoying.
Yeah, it looks just really rough. But the video is not doing it justice. Visually, it looks
Combine your
okay,
abilities and
but
navigate
the
through
animations and
stages
stuff
together.
just look incomplete.
A bit of Knights in there too.
Balin is
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
for you.
exactly.
Balin Wonderworld will make its grand entrance.
It needs
on
to be a
Nintendo
little
day,
bit
March
wonderful if they want
26th.
my money.
Yeah. Next one was Rune Factory 5, which is the long-running RPG series. Won't go into too much deal about that. Long Dark.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's old, that one now.
I've gone on about this game a few times. Hades is coming on the Switch today. Worth the money. This is a great game. I really
You
need to go
mentioned
back
it,
and play
didn't
them
you?
all.
What did you play it on Steam?
I put it on Epic Games Store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's really fun. Doesn't take itself too seriously. Made by the guys that made Bastion, and I always forget the other names. But it's a great game. It's really, really good. Empire of Sins. This is like a mafia, like
Okay, yeah.
um,
I thought that
strategy
was, I thought that was-
RPG?
I thought that was an Xbox exclusive. Okay.
no.
Okay.
So this is made by Romero Games. So John Romero.
Okay.
And his family are making this. So, look, it looks okay. Probably not my cup of tea, but I'm sure. Hopefully, it does well, just because John Romero is a badass. Sniper Elite 4. Again, not much else to say. And that was it. Look, it was a really quick direct. They kind of showed off the 2 Monster Hunter trailers first, and then kind of breezed through the other games, and then there was another Monster Hunter direct after that, just to kind of explain some of the mechanics and how the games are going to intertwine and all that kind of stuff. So
I kind of was a bit. This is going to sound freaking bad, but I kind of thought this was a better presentation than Sony's.
look, I loved it, but I'm biased because I absolutely love Monster Hunter. So
Yeah.
it was good to see that game confirmed.
They still seem to do the best prezos, Nintendo.
Because they
just
get
cut
to
to
the
the
point.
point.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was honestly, it was over and done with in 15 minutes, and they probably could have done it quicker because it was hard because they showed the Monster Hunter trailers and then they said there was going to be a direct afterwards, and then that direct went for about 15 minutes as well. But I guess they were, if they went at the start and said stick around afterwards for a Monster Hunter direct, it kind of would have given it away, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Fair
good.
enough.
It was just short, sweet, to the point.
Beautiful. And some exciting things to look forward to there for you, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it will be gone for most of 2021.
It's bonkers.
It's madness.
Oh, we haven't had that for a while. It's madness.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to It keeps cutting out, Daz.
Keeps
I
cutting
think
out,
you
man.
put
Anything-
up the
Anything
volume.
loud, it keeps kind of cutting out a bit.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's move on anyway to
Yeah.
the big news. We finally got pricing for both next gen consoles. Let's kick off with PlayStation first. They had a bit of a showcase, showed some games, and then at the end announced the pricing, which is what is it, $4.99 US for the disc version, and is it $3.99 for the discless one?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that equates, I think, to $7.49 Australian, and is it 600 for or $6.50? I can't remember what the
It's $150
600.
cheaper. Yeah.
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 It was digital.
and they went on pre-order a few days back and sold out pretty much immediately. So if you are looking to get one, good luck.
You'll be waiting until next year.
You'll be waiting until next year. There was an initial pre-order, and then there was like a follow-up one that was sort of guaranteed 2020, and both of those are pretty much gone everywhere now.
Yep.
I can't imagine they got a lot of units. I definitely know there was a lot of hype, but they seem to go tremendously fast. Did anyone pick one up? And Mr. Mark, so you've got one pre-ordered?
Yeah, I've got one pre-ordered. Look, I'll be honest, I'm not super hyped for it. The main reason is just so I can get rid of my Pro. That's the only reason that because EB were offering that $350 trade-in or whatever it is. So I could have gotten in for the launch day shipment, but I hesitated. And then I thought, I'll check back later, and they were sold out. And then Daz messaged me and said their orders are up again. So I got in on the second allocation. So yeah, look, we'll wait and see. I'm still in two minds about it, to be honest with you. Especially once I saw the pricing for some of the games. Demon Soul.
Do you want to talk about that? So
yeah, so Demon Souls and I think it's Destruction All Stars or something like that.
Yeah.
Retailing for $125 Australian each.
This is going back to like years ago when it was.
This is going back to 16-bit era, man.
Yeah. So it's 70 US is I think what they go for, but here we probably get a bit of extra tax on top of that.
Now, with that said, not all the games. There was only 2 out of the ones that EB had listed were 125. Some of the other third-party stuff, I think it was Call of Duty and maybe NBA, were 110, I think. And then you've got some of the other games like Overcooked was like 50 or 60. I think Overcooked was 60. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 was 50. Which is reasonable for that game. So they're kind of like all over the shop.
What about Spider-Man? What was that going for?
I think that was 100.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just the pricing is just really, really weird. It was all over the place, and I know. Look compared to the US prices, yes, we've obviously got it worse. We're always going to have it worse, but I think they actually have more games that are up on the $70 mark compared to what we have here. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Look, yeah, we'll wait and see. I don't know what I'm going to do. I still don't know if I'm going to cancel or if I pick it up and then I turn around and sell it to someone that missed out. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided.
So we've seen you guys have had a look on eBay and seen the ridiculous prices people are reselling them for.
20k. There's bids on one for like 20k. Yeah, it's troll
ridiculous.
Bidders, obviously, it's not real.
It's disappointing. People really want the console, genuinely want it, and you get these people who just
ruin it for other people. Yeah,
ruin it for others. Yeah.
And it's always the way. It's happened with everything. Like remember when Amiibo were all the rage and people were doing the same thing. They're like anytime it's just you're always going to get those scalpers. It's up to eBay, man, to fix that shit.
It is.
They need to take those listings down. They won't because they'll make their profit off it as well. So What do they
That's
care?
right. And what did we
Um,
think of the showcase, the actual games that they showed?
We have a list of them.
Yeah, I not many stood out. I didn't find it that impressive, to be honest.
So for me, look, it wasn't the best, but I think they came out swinging with having Final Fantasy 16
Yep.
off the bat. Like that's yeah, that's going to win a lot of things in their favor, in my opinion. Anyway, maybe I'm overstating the importance of Final Fantasy now, but
No, I think especially in Japan, it's
yeah.
obviously a big thing as well.
And what's made me really excited about that game is that the team that's making that game are the same guys that make Final Fantasy 14, which is the MMO. And you could as soon as the first character opened their mouth, you could tell because I'm sure it's the same voice actors. They're all have all got that British accent, and Final Fantasy 14 in particular has that art style. And as soon as I saw the first guy, I was like, oh my god, it's Final Fantasy 16, because there was rumors that it was going to be announced as well, and apparently they had put up their Twitter account for the game early, but had it set to locked, and people had found it anyway. So that was the standout game for me. That and Demon Souls. Demon Souls
looked really
bloody
good.
amazing.
Yeah. How fast
It
and
looks amazing.
smooth did it look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that looks like a next gen game to me.
Now
Final
that's a
Fantasy
remake,
16,
isn't it? Demon Souls.
It is. Yeah, it is. Final Fantasy 16 looked great as well. Yeah, it's probably not as visually impressive as Demon Souls, but yeah, I'm super looking forward to that. It looks more to have more action combat as well, similar to say Final Fantasy 7 remake, which is good. That looked great. But yeah, look, the conference over itself, yeah, to me it was all about Final Fantasy and Demon Souls. The other games, I'm trying to think what else they showed on there.
Well, they showed. I tell you, one game that did look good was the Hogwarts game.
Yes,
The Harry
bloody
Potter
hell.
one.
Did.
That looked incredible.
amazing. That looked great. I hope they do a good job with that. Harry Potter universe is like, it's a great setting. I'm surprised it's taken them so long to do something like this. But yeah, I hope they do that justice, because that looks, and a lot of people are talking about that too.
That'll be on every console, though, I would imagine.
Yes.
Right? It's not
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, exactly. What else was there? Well, Deathloop. That game's been shown a bunch of
Yeah,
times.
they've shown it heaps. They had Spider-Man as well.
Spider-Man looked great. I have to say, Spider-Man did look good too. What else was there? Call of Duty. They showed a bit of the campaign.
Yep.
They showed the new Oddworld game as well, but that's been shown a few times.
Is that
now.
exclusive?
No,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's not.
good.
I don't think it was. I think the only game that they showed that was exclusive and console exclusive was Demon Souls, and even then they fucked that up too, because at the end of the trailer it said, it was so weirdly worded too. It had people scratching their heads. It was like, what did it say? PS5. It was console exclusive for a limited time and something like that. And they said it was coming to PC, and then it turns out it was human error, and that no, it's actually not coming to PC. It's PS5 exclusive, and it's not coming to anything else. But yeah, Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. No.
Did you think though that like Horizon Zero Dawn and Death Stranding would come to PC, and they've both come to PC?
Yeah, but they're different because they're like Horizon is a first party game. Yeah, that one I didn't expect to come to PC. Death Stranding doesn't surprise me though, because yes, Sony helped fund it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they need to keep it. Like, and the same thing happened with Street Fighter 5, for example. Sony funded a bunch of that, and that came to PC day one. So I don't think Demon Souls will, but I think pretty much everything else that they showed will. Yeah, like I mean, Final Fantasy they already said was coming to PC. Probably not at launch. They generally come out a bit later, but yeah. So
And the other interesting part was that we've learned that the new Spider-Man game and the new Horizon game will be on PS4 as well.
the Horizon, I'm surprised with. Spider-Man. They did say that was coming out from day one, though. It was coming out on both.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They did, yeah. No, they made a point to mention that it was coming to PS5 and PS4. But the
madness.
Horizon surprised me. I wouldn't think that they would release that on the PS4 as well.
Yeah.
And
So
then
there's. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, so as I say, and then at the end of the showcase, they kind of did a very, very brief teaser for what I assume is the next God of War game, which was Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't show much aside from a
No,
symbol
it was just a symbol, yeah, and the Santa Monica Studios logo, which kind of gave it away that it was God of War.
But that's always a big seller and a big draw card for Sony fans.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to have come.
It'll be interesting if that comes to PS4, actually.
Yeah. Because, and there's been some criticism to Sony of late because, they had that whole announcement earlier in the year around, we want the generation of console to be defined, So people were sort of expecting all these new games to only appear on the PS5. So that the Horizon one was very surprising because we saw how graphically nice that looked.
Yeah.
And, Sony, I guess, was sort of saying, hey, we want to make advantage of our new controller with its dual sense and all the other stuff. And yet now it's obviously going to be released on the PS4. So ironically, if you had a PS4 controller, you wouldn't be able to play it on the PS5. You could play it on the PS4.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of inconsistency there, but I think they've still got so much momentum from the PS4 era that they could literally release nothing, and it was still going to draw a lot of attention.
Like pre-orders sold out here straight away, but the situation from what I've read, like in the US, because apparently they weren't supposed to go live over there straight away, but Walmart over there, which is one of the bigger retailers, just said fuck it. They just put them up, and then it was like, oh well, shit, and then everyone was scrambling. So yeah, like Sony were copying a lot of shit for that. Probably rightfully deserved. They probably should have given a week notice, like Microsoft has. But yeah,
lucky they did, man. Because I was waiting for this to see what I was going to do.
Yeah. But yeah, it was even worse in the US, and like stores were putting them up, taking them down, putting them up, taking them down. And
jeez.
Yeah.
It's madness.
It is.
It's madness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so has the discless version sold out as well?
You did say
discless,
didn't you?
Discless, yeah. Because I think that's going to be a harder sell. I know that there's a lot of people out there that don't bother buying physical games now. But if you've got any of your PS4 games, you can't. If physical games, you won't be able to play them then, right? So
is it weaker? Or
no,
is it just missing the disc drive. That's it.
Just missing the disc drive.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's not too bad. No, definitely not. I think if you're planning to hold on to your PS4 to play older physical games, then you could go that. But there's obviously then you're tied to the PlayStation Store for your games.
Yeah.
And they do have sales definitely from time to time, but then there's other times where you can pick up the physical game for $15 and it's still $80.
You know what? If Xbox went the same route as these guys, that just removed the disc drive, I probably would have went for the digital version.
Yeah, so we'll get onto that in a minute because that's a different proposition.
Yeah,
I think the Sony one was a smart move in just releasing the same console minus the disc drive.
Yeah.
Sony also announced that if you do purchase a PS5 and you have PlayStation Plus, there will be, I think it's about 13 or 14 games from the PS4 era that you'll be able to download for free. And they include a lot of the hits, Bloodborne, God of War's on there. I can't read your screen, but from memory, it's quite a few of the significant releases.
Yeah,
for the
I'll
PS4
quickly
era.
I'll rattle some off. So yeah, God of War, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter World, yay! Final Fantasy 15, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat 10. Funnily enough, not 11, 10.
That's interesting.
Uncharted 4, Ratchet and Clank, Days Gone, Until Dawn, Detroit Become Human, Battlefield 1, which I found was odd. I didn't even realize that it had come out this gen. Infamous Second Son, but Batman, Arkham Knight, The Last Guardian, Last of Us Remastered, Persona 5, which is cool.
That's a
And-
surprise.
Yeah, it is the first one, I think, though. I don't think it's
Yeah.
the second version that they released.
Okay.
And Resident Evil 7.
And I think Days Gone was on there as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Days Gone is on there
Yeah.
too.
So do you think because MK11 wasn't on there, they're going to re-release it on PS5?
Probably as a complete edition.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So look, it's better than nothing. It's not
Yeah.
spectacular, but at least you're getting something. So if you do have a console and you can't afford to buy a $125 game,
Yeah.
as long as you got your PS Plus, you can download some of the old PS4
Well,
games.
yeah, you got
and play them.
Bloodborne, so it's worth it just for that.
Yeah.
If you
Now,
haven't
do
played
we know if they're enhanced? So is Bloodborne going to be?
That's the other question. Yeah, I'm curious to know that as well.
Hmm.
Knowing Sony, I think it's not going to be.
I don't reckon it will be.
They're lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
I'd
a
be
bit disappointing.
surprised.
Wouldn't it be great if they remastered, like they had that in 4K?
Or even,
visuals
I don't even
backed up.
care if it's remastered. Just let it
No, yeah.
take advantage of the power and get a
Fix
really
the
good frame rate.
Yeah.
Get a good frame rate, and then I'll fucking keep my console. Then
Yeah,
I won't cancel my pre-order if I can play that properly. But yeah, fingers crossed.
Interesting.
But highly unlikely.
And now we move on to the Xbox. So they also announced their pricing before Sony, and it's pretty much the same price. So $499 for the Series X, which is a great price because the hardware is better in the Series X. So I think the hardware,
$750, dude, for Series X.
yes, that's right, $750 Australian, $499 US.
Yeah.
So same price. Slightly more powerful hardware, definitely, which it's good news. So I guess if you are choosing between the two, the price shouldn't really be a factor. They also announced the Series S, which is significantly cheaper. So it's $299 US, which what price does that come to Australians? At $449 or something like that?
$499.
$499, yeah, which is a good price, but there are a few drawbacks with that. One,
it's bad, I think.
Yeah, Daz doesn't like this. The two big drawbacks are the power of the console. So the CPU is only slightly slower than the Series X, but the graphics or the GPU is significantly slower. So it's actually slower than a 1X. It's about 4 terabytes.
Why would you do that?
4 teraflops.
Why would you do that? That's just sorry. It just mind boggles.
Yeah, I guess look, they were trying to hit that price point, and that's all they could do for that price
I
point.
wouldn't even bothered, mate. I wouldn't even bothered.
So
Xbox.
that brings it in line with what a PS4 Pro currently is. It's
Yeah,
about
it's-
4 teraflops. Although the GPU in this is the CPU is significantly faster, and it only has 512 gig of storage,
This is what cracks me up.
and it's a digital machine only, so there's no drive, and that's probably its biggest failing, really.
I reckon
Daz,
first year,
Rant on.
First year, I reckon it's going to last 1 year and that's it. They'll stop making it. You'll see. No one's going to buy that heap of crap. Just buy a 1X. That's why.
So when you put that in perspective, say to the PS5 digital edition, right? So is the PS5 one then overpriced, or is this overpriced?
So yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's 100 US less, but you get a less powerful machine. So like half as powerful, basically. And you get less storage as well.
Yeah.
Well, even Pete just said in the chat, this is a waste of space, and I totally agree. It's
And it looks like a
stupid
speaker
idea.
box.
Yeah, it does. It does.
There was a lot of memes going around,
Yeah,
wasn't there, in
yeah,
terms of how it looked?
It's horrible. It's a stupid idea. Series
I
X,
think
on the other
if they
hand,
had to,
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can't really defend it much. Some people have said, like, they've said that games will be smaller on the Series S because they don't have to put 4K textures on it because it's not going to render out at.
okay.
It'll render out at 4K, but it'll be upscaled, right? So you'll save a bit on storage there. But yeah, like at one point I was considering it because I thought, I'll just upgrade my 1S to that, but then it's got no drive, and I use my 1S to play a lot of my 360 games. So then I wouldn't be able to play those either because it's all digital. So I'll be very curious to see how this goes. I very much doubt it will sell out, Daz.
I don't think so.
No.
I honestly don't think so. I reckon it's a stupid idea. It is. And I feel sorry for the kids that their parents buy that for them thinking that they've got a good console. It's a waste of time and money.
The only other positive is, I guess, if xCloud takes off, you could at least use it on that console, and that's not going to consume any disk space.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
But I'm really clutching at straws here.
It'll probably still be better than Stadia, so.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the value proposition of when the 1S came out, at least it had a Blu-ray drive, so you could play 4K. You had the backwards compatibility, that sort of thing. This will not have, so you know how the 1X has enhanced a lot of older games?
Mm-hmm.
This won't have the 1X enhancements because it's not as powerful, basically, and it doesn't have as much RAM. It's got a gig less, so they couldn't guarantee those enhancements. So what it's going to have instead is Series S enhancements over the old games, which won't be as good.
It's just a fancy name of saying we can't do shit.
Yeah, I think it's a crazy idea. Either this had to come in really, really cheap, or just not bother with it at all.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the Series X is as powerful as it is. I think they made the right move there, and I think it'll be a good seller. This one, I wouldn't touch it. Well, so, Daz, are you going to buy an Xbox Series X or a Series S?
I'm jumping back onto the MS bandwagon. Hopefully, the Series X doesn't become a paperweight like the prior Xboxes, because it's a very expensive paperweight. But I think this one's gonna is that it just makes more sense for me. Look, I'll get Game Pass, and I think that'll do me for a while. And again, because EB has got that trade in, so I can trade in my 1X.
Yep,
and take off nearly $400 off the price. So that's good.
Yeah, and I think that's the good value proposition when you're coming to a new console generation. There's generally not a lot to play, whereas with this, you've got your back catalog that you can play immediately.
Yeah,
and anything that's on Game Pass, there's 200 games on there that you'll be able to play.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I could most likely download my 360 digital games on here.
That's right.
You know what I mean? The PS5, are they going to offer that from PS3?
No.
I can't see that.
Nothing from PS3.
Sorry, Mark?
As I would be surprised if they did.
Yeah. But can you play PS4 digital games on it?
That is more than likely. But we don't know how
likely,
many.
I think, so? But we don't know. Well, they've come out and said that 99% of PS4 games will be able to work.
Okay, should hope so. Peter Bayou says xCloud beta is running now, and you need some crazy good internet for it to work. Work well with zero control lag. Might be okay overseas, but in Oz we struggle outside of major cities.
Yeah, until they start rolling out that fucking gigabit internet over here.
Yeah.
Nah.
But I'm gonna pre-order the Series X. So I'm gonna
good stuff. I might actually do the same, Daz.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get rid of my 1S and
I'm gonna be all over here up in this corner by myself, man. Oh.
Yeah. Man, now for me as well, I'm kind of waiting for the PC graphics cards to all come out.
There we go. That's better, Dave. All right, fucking master race.
So this will tie me over. It'll give me 4K capability until those come out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna plug it into your monitor?
Yeah. Oh, the monitor's beautiful. Yeah. So with this in it, it's going to look amazing. I mean, even the PS4 Pro looks great on it, but something running at full frame rate will look even better.
No, I think Microsoft are on a winner. I reckon they're going to do well this time around. Well, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have.
I'm investing in it, so I hope so. I normally go.
Look,
for
if
my gut.
look, if anything, you're probably not going to have the exclusive, but the multi-platform games will definitely look really nice on that
No
machine.
Guilty Gear for you, Daz.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully,
Ooh.
maybe you never know.
Nah,
You
I
can
think
just
they've
buy
already-
both.
They've already said it's. I'm pretty sure they've already said it's. It'll come to PC anyway, so yeah, that's all good.
Yeah. Piece of Master Race.
Master Race.
Yay! We win. Everyone wins.
That's it.
Here, have that.
Like
it wins.
consoles. Nvidia Master Race.
Speaking of PC, we Game Pass has officially come out of beta for the PC, and they've now upped the price. So I didn't even realize it was only $4.99 because I was on the Ultimate, which had everything.
Can you still get
now
Ultimate though?
Yeah, you can still get Ultimate. Yeah. So it's now gone up from $4.99 to $9. It's basically doubled in price. So it is a bit of a price hike.
Or is that US?
I don't know. To be
I
honest.
pay $4.99.
Okay.
Oh, you do. There you go.
Yep.
So even at $10, it's still worth it. There's a crap ton of games on there. I mean, even if you play one a month for $10,
Yeah,
it's well worth it.
it's true.
It's madness.
Yeah.
It's madness.
There you go.
So hopefully they just keep piling on the games. I lose track, honestly. I open up Game Pass and there'll be another 5 games on there.
Yeah,
so
it's a bit overwhelming, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And now it's going to have EA's Play. Yeah.
That's right.
Which is probably why it's gone up. I would say.
Yeah. So all of when does that start, Mark?
They haven't said yet. They just said I think sometime later this year, but I don't think they've announced a date yet.
So you would expect this to come in line with at least the Series X, right?
Yeah.
And that's a big boon for them. They'll get all the titles from there, and all the first party titles on there will then be on Game Pass as well, which is huge.
So it probably makes sense to buy Game Pass Ultimate now before it goes up. For a year, for example, like get a year.
Oh, if you've got both, yeah. Like for me, it makes no sense because I don't have a console, so I'll just stick to the regular one. But
I wonder if it will go up. That's a good question, Daz. Yeah,
I'd say it would.
Maybe they offer a discount because you know it's just most of the same games just on 2 different devices. I think if you've got Ultimate, you can. I've never tried this. Has anyone ever tried to play console and PC at the same time?
No,
with the one subscription.
When I had it, didn't try it. No.
I'll have to give that a go. Cool bananas. Yeah. Moving on, Apple has reversed their decision a little bit and allowed Stadia and xCloud to run on iOS, which is good news, except they're pretty much saying that, hey, because we want to know all the games and how they operate, you're going to have individual downloads for each game that you want to run from xCloud. So Microsoft has said that's going to ruin the experience a little bit. I don't know how that's actually going to work.
So what if you download the actual game itself?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to download some sort of loader for it, right?
Okay.
Not the whole game. Instead of just having a single app where you could just say, yep, I want to play that, click. Mm-hmm. You won't be able to do that. You'll have to download a separate app, and then you can play the game. So it's a little bit shitty. It means you waste 5 minutes, going and downloading that app just to play the game and then realize I didn't like that game and then uninstall the app for it. But that's the best we're going to get out of Apple at the moment. This next piece of news is very out of left field. IKEA are going to be partnering with Asus Republic of Gamers.
Yeah.
And they're going to be making gaming furniture, Daz.
And are they going to put that furniture and install it in the Atari hotel?
Maybe. So I think there's something like 30 pieces of furniture that are coming, and the first market's actually China early next year, and then it will be released to a wider audience later in 2021. So I'm kind of excited for it. You never know what they might come up with. And the names, there's going to be some awesome names because IKEA furniture just has the most bizarre names out there. Obviously, everything's going to be flat packed. So
Yeah, I was
these
just
are
saying,
Allen keys.
does it come with RGB or not?
That's a good question. Maybe it does.
Oh god.
Let's move on to some gaming announcements now. This was an interesting one. I'd seen this, and then Daz had posted about it. It was previously called God and Monsters, I think.
God and Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they've changed the name to make it more confusing. Immortals Fenyx Rising. This is by Ubisoft. And the game looks, well, it takes a lot of visual cues from Breath of the Wild, to say the very least. What did we think of this game?
I think it looks a lot of fun. I don't know if I'd play it because it just looks massively big, but I like it. It just looks like it's fast. The action, to be honest, it's the action that won me over. The fighting was really smooth and fast. But yeah, I'm really digging games like this. I never used to like games like this until Bloodborne and that kind I got into. Didn't this I feel like just feels like that as well? But yeah, they reckon it's very reminiscent of what's it called, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
so I didn't
very
really
much
play
so.
it enough, so I can't say. But yeah,
There's puzzle elements and things like that in there. Anyway, that looks really interesting. Did you see this at all, Mark? What were your thoughts on this?
I haven't seen the whole thing, but yeah, it does very look Breath of the Wild-ish. But yeah, apparently they had to change the name because Monster Energy Drink
Are you serious?
sued them. Yep. So because Monster have their name in certain video games, they thought that people would get confused.
Really?
That's
Yes.
ridiculous.
Ubisoft came out and said they're saying no, that's not the case. But yeah, someone apparently found the court papers or something like that.
Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, oh, this looks fun.
Yeah, it
I'll
looks
just go
cool.
check it out.
Does it look like a game from Ubisoft, does it?
No,
No,
it doesn't,
which is
which is
probably
even
not
more
a bad
interesting.
thing.
That's why it's a good thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, but you know what? I saw a video playing of what's it called? Oh, I forgot what it's called. Assassin's Creed. Is it Odyssey or something? Is it Odyssey?
The one that's coming.
The one that's come out already. It's been out for a while.
Yeah, I think it's Odyssey. Is that one?
Yeah, that looks like a really good game. I was like,
Oh, they're solid games, man. They're
Yeah.
solid games.
They're solid games. They're just they do take quite a while to get through if you're that sort of person.
Yeah.
okay, Borderlands 3.
So the only reason I brought this particular story up about Borderlands 3 is that they're going to do a split screen, 4-player split screen,
That's
which is a
cool.
bit weird at the moment
Yeah.
with ISO, but it's awesome. So the next gen consoles will have Borderlands 3 running in 4K split screen, which will be really good on a night when we can finally catch up, Daz.
Catch up, it's true.
We don't have a date for this, but I would expect it would be sometime in 2021. It'd also be these sorts of games are going to be really the ones that I think we're going to get a lot of critical analysis from the various gaming sites. They're going to be doing performance tests. They're going to be looking at PS5 and the Series X, seeing how they perform, and it'll be very interesting to see the results. So that's pretty cool. And another one out of the blue, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
That's really cool.
Remake.
I'm really happy with this one. I'm really happy.
I said to you guys I'd never played it. I've got it, but I've never played it.
Wow.
So is it a good game? Is it a good game,
It's
Daz?
fun, yeah, it's fun. I never finished it. I got about halfway. So I just played on the original Xbox. So is it only on PS4?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't think so. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I would imagine this would come on everything.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. It just happened to be the video that I came across.
Yeah.
So
It's a very, very good game. Very good game.
Okay.
Yeah. We need I always say we still need Soul Reaver. Did they say they were doing that?
Yeah.
They did, didn't they?
there was rumors,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
nothing's been confirmed.
Do you think you would play it now, though, Daz?
Soul Reaver? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I would.
You
Yeah.
would. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'll play it. Even this, I'll play this.
it's come under a lot of flack.
What, this?
For
The
what
vi-
reason?
The visuals, because the visuals don't probably look as good as maybe some of the other remakes that have come out. but it still looks okay.
Yeah, maybe the facial. You're talking sort of around the facial animations as well. They
Yeah,
look a
the
bit
face, even the hair, it looks a little
weird.
bit. But
Oh, well, we'll have to wait and see.
yeah,
And even more gaming news. There's a lot of game announcements actually. Scott Pilgrim is back.
That's awesome.
Daz, are you excited by this? This was a tweet.
I am actually, because look, I do have it on my 360 digitally, but I would hope they release a physical version of this. It really does need one. I reckon strictly limited, or I reckon they're going to do it.
limited run.
I reckon one of them will do it for sure and charge you an arm and a leg. But yeah, it's coming out on all 3 platforms as far as I know, not just the Switch. So,
And this is a beat 'em up.
yeah, dude, you'll love it.
Yeah.
If you love Streets of Rage, you'll love this.
Cool, man.
It's great.
I think I've played it.
It's a lot of fun.
But I only played it briefly. So
A lot of fun. Highly recommended. It's a shame that it was taken off the stores on the PS3 and Xbox 360. So it was something to do with licensing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, very nice.
very, very good game.
Speaking of beat 'em ups, Streets of Rage 4 DLC has been confirmed by .emu. There's some rumors.
Sorry, R2 my D2. Sorry, Dave. Said such a good game. The Prince of Persia trilogy. I played them on the GameCube.
Oh, very nice.
Nice one, Ryan. Sorry.
So yeah, Streets of Rage 4 DLC has been confirmed. There's rumors going around that that character on screen there is I've forgotten her name. Estelle, yes. Will be potentially a new character that you can play.
She's one
in
of the
addition
enemies,
to that,
isn't she?
sorry,
Isn't she one of the enemies? Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of the bosses.
Yeah.
Did they say much more about the DLC and what it'll include, though, Mark? Because there's sort of people were speculating, it's more levels, more characters to play, but I don't think there was anything confirmed from .emu.
Nothing confirmed. Yeah, they've just confirmed that there is going to be stuff coming. But a lot of people just assume that because she's probably like the most memorable new character in that game. So I think a lot of people just assume that would, and with the way that the story plays out as well, I think a lot of people just assume that she would be, playable. I'm hoping she is, and they use Shiva's new sprite as well. I hope because he's playable, he's unlockable, but it's the Streets of Rage 2 or 3 version.
Yeah.
So I hope those two get made playable. But they said that there was going to be some DLC.
They've been providing regular updates too. I noticed.
Yeah. I linked the guys a couple of weeks back. There was a patch, and they released a bunch of patch notes for it. And you would have thought it was like a Street Fighter or a King of Fighters or Mortal Kombat, with the amount of patch notes, like the way they buffed and nerfed and things like that. So it's pretty impressive the love that's gone into this game.
Yeah, definitely.
And the exciting thing though is that .emu has said that they're working on 3 similar projects to this. So
what could they be?
I wonder.
I think they're going to do a Golden Axe.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, that would actually be really good.
Yeah, I reckon
I want
will.
a Shinobi, dude, or a Wonder Boy once land.
I'd honestly, a Golden Axe would be awesome because I think they're not really spectacular games, but they're good games, and I think they could elevate it to something better than the originals.
Combos.
Yeah, just add a bit more variety to it because it is a bit, dull.
And the engine's there as well.
Yeah.
With Streets of Rage, so that you could easily translate Golden Axe to that. Geez, that makes perfect sense. So
and the music would be just godlike in that they could come up with some great cracking tunes.
It's
bonkers. Both of them.
Both of them. Well, Ryan says, I didn't like the look of the new Streets of Rage game. It looks like a souped up mobile phone title. I thought that when I first played it, when I first saw it. I used to call it, what I call
Flash
it,
game.
flash game.
Flash game.
But yeah, I reckon it works. As soon as you start playing it properly, I think it works.
Yeah.
It's very smooth.
I tend to ignore it now. Like
Yeah.
it's more the fact that the game is just fun to play.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's very fun. There's so much replay value. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's huge.
It's not
replay
boring
value.
at all.
No. And lastly, in the game announcements, this is a bit of an old one, but the Witcher team have said that they will be porting their game to the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and if you own it already, it will be free.
This excites you, doesn't it, David?
It does excite me because the game is utterly brilliant. It is an amazing game.
This is another GTA 5, man. It's going to be
Yeah,
on every
Skyrim.
It is.
Skyrim, yeah.
So good on them for doing that. It'd be nice to play. The Witcher looks beautiful. Like playing it on PC, it's gorgeous. So I've never played it in 4K. To play it in 4K would be fantastic.
Mark. I just hope they make the game fun now, though, with this.
Yeah, I know. It's true. Yeah. You can release it how many times as you want. I'll be struggling to get past that first hour, man.
Dave's crying inside. He's pretending.
I know. Exactly.
Yeah. The abstract.
No, look.
Now The Witcher.
To be honest, it's probably the game that broke my heart the most because I didn't look at any trailers, any spoilers or anything, and I finished the game and I got a bad ending because there's multiple endings, right?
Oh.
And it's based on decisions that you made throughout the game. So it's not like I could just go back to a save half an hour ago and change it. So I had a really hollow feeling after finishing the game.
So are you seriously going to play it on the Xbox Series X then? Would you replay it?
I probably would because it's been so long.
Yeah.
But I would look up a hint guide to make sure I get the good ending. I'm sorry, because I can't stand that emotional burden again. It did. It really hurt me, but at the same time, it was like good. The game made me feel something, so I was happy about that. Yeah, so if you do play it and you don't like bad endings, maybe do a little bit of a cheat and search up the right things to do to get the good ending.
I understand where you're coming from. Because when I finished Silent Hill on the PlayStation 1, I think there's 3 or 4 endings, and I got the bad ending too after playing it for so long. It's like I was devastated. It's like, you serious? I killed my daughter?
Yeah.
I'm spoiled. I don't give a shit. The game's over 20 years old, so if you haven't played it, bad luck. I was like, oh my God, you meant to save your daughter, I ended up killing her. It's like,
yeah, it does leave you feeling weird, doesn't it?
I was pissed off.
Daz, do you want to finish us with a little bit of a funny story that you came across?
I can't believe what Nintendo are doing.
What are they doing?
Nintendo sends a DMCA takedown to Nintendo for emulating Mario games. How crazy is that?
That's utter madness.
They're freaking doing it to themselves with Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy.
I think I know what's happened here, right? Because of COVID, there hasn't been as many takedown requests.
Yeah,
so they've had to just start, taking themselves down to keep up the quota.
Yeah,
the lawyers were sitting around,
doing nothing.
So if you have a pre-order for this now, you better keep it because I reckon it's going to be expensive physical edition. I can't see this coming out digitally.
I like the comment in this article. It says they're planning a physical release of the GameCube Mini that will have these titles, but they're hoping to have 200 units or something like that. Oh. It's about 3/4 of the way down. It mentions something around that. It's very funny.
And yes, everyone, obviously this is satire, so. But I just thought we'd chuck it in because I thought it was funny. Because you know what? It's something Nintendo would do.
It wouldn't surprise us.
Because when I first read it, I go, what? I had to keep reading. I go, what? What? Did I read this right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh dear.
So did anyone pick this up?
No, I didn't know.
I didn't either. No.
Yeah, I did, but I haven't. I forgot for whatever reason. I didn't realize it was coming out so close. So I did mine as click and collect.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we have to collect it.
Caroline Springs, but they're not accepting payments like in store.
Okay.
So, and I only put a deposit, so I'm not fussed anyway. I can wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's disappointing that it's just emulated. It's not.
That's really stupid. You might as well emulate on your PC and use Dolphin
could have just-
and up the freaking.
I know Dolphin does a
looks
great
nice.
job.
It does look nice. I'll give it that. I saw someone playing Galaxy before, and geez, it looks very pretty. It's still a good looking game.
Yeah, but Mario
But-
Sunshine, mate, you can't polish a turd. I don't care how pretty it looks. It's a shit game. It's fucking shit.
You're fucking shit.
It is. It's a shit. It's a shit. Hey, Dave, what would be like that for, mate? What would be like that for?
Love it.
All right, I'm out of here. See you later. That's for you, Mark.
Take it easy.
We both got toys now.
I know, yeah, but I'm
Jesus.
I'm a bit more restrained than Daz
Yeah.
is, but yeah. Nintendo is their own worst enemy sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
Poor Dave.
I'll
Listeners,
just pretend to press buttons here.
This is Dave. Dave's doing it now. There.
It's madness.
Yeah.
That's right.
So is that it? That's it.
That's all.
it.
That's all we've got for this fortnight. Any shout outs before we wrap up? Daz.
Okay. Shout out
Mark.
to everyone that listens in. I'm just trying to close this screen off. Would you like to stop the stream, Mark? So we can.
no.
No.
No, you don't want to. You're going to leave it there, are you?
Yeah.
Close stream. Okay, there we go. Now it's lovely. It's three of us now, nice and big on the screen. Shout out to everyone that listens in. Thanks for everyone watching live. Thank you. So I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Remember who listens in via the podcast, please, if you can, give us a rating on iTunes, Podbean, even on our Facebook page. Facebook page is pretty much barren, I know. It's just there for us to post. We're just lazy.
Yep.
We're lazy. But,
We're lazy and Facebook sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
We've given up on it pretty much. We just
Yeah.
put our stuff
many-
there. And
So how many therapeutic blanket advertisements can I get,
I
Daz?
know, huh?
Yeah.
There. So, yeah, no, thanks for everyone that supports us.
Excellent. Is there anything you wanted to add, Mark?
Yeah, it does covered it all.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Daz, did you want to give us an update on what's happening with Arcade Perfect? What game are you doing next?
The last two episodes were downloaded a lot. It was very successful. We did the A to Z of arcades, and it was a two-parter. So
Nice.
yeah, it done really well, and it was a lot of fun to do. So yeah, but the next one we thought, because a lot of people are just busy, so I thought, well, we'll try to do one just with us two again, but we're going to review two games that don't have many ports. So
Fair enough.
we're doing Tag's choice was Mutant Night again. No, I'm joking. God, you listen to the podcast, you'll know what I think about that game. He's chose Virtual Racing, and I've chose Game Ground. So yeah,
Beautiful.
Sega games, it's always Sega games. It's not even on purpose; it just happens. So yeah, we're reviewing those two. So that'll probably be out another fortnight, I reckon. Yeah,
Nice.
Cool.
And did you want to plug
yes,
your other
the other
podcast?
one, Drop That Stylus. I wasn't going to say Drop That Podcast. Drop That Stylus. I do that with Matt Corley. We review one album per episode. We talk about each track, the history of the band, and yeah. First
I quite
episode-
liked it. I listened to the first episode. It's very chilled,
Oh,
very
thank
nice.
you. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little more. It's a little more reserved, a bit more professional.
No,
Thanks for tuning in.
no samples.
No,
Sam.
none of that. No. Actually, we do have samples. I have to record 10 to 20 seconds of each track.
Yeah,
And we play it in there. The first episode was Depeche Mode Ultra. Second one we did Talks, It's My Life, and that was my choice. Corley's picked Dream Theater, Images and Words for the next one. So that's early 90s, I think, mid 90s. And I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I've been stirring in with what's her name, Lana Del Rey, first album. I actually like it, but Corley doesn't seem to like that. He thinks it's just pop commercial rubbish, but it's not. It's actually quite good.
To quote Matthew Corley, no genre is off limits, Matthew.
Exactly. Thank you. Matthew Corley. He doesn't like
Beautiful.
when I call him Matthew. He doesn't like when I call him Matthew. That's that thing. Because why? It's weird. Okay, when I say Matthew, it's because when it's something serious. He goes,
Yeah.
I know. But yeah,
Just call him Mr. Corley.
you're Mr. Corley. Caller.
Yeah.
Caller. But yeah, drop that stylus. We're on Facebook as well and Twitter. Got a Twitter account.
Beautiful.
Yep.
All right. I think that's it. Thank you for listening in. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. And until then, enjoy your gaming and goodbye.
Au revoir.
Ta-ta, everyone. Bye-bye.
Go PlayStation.